Hello students, I hope that all of you are in good spirits and keeping yourself safe. Let's start Chapter 6, Fractions. In this chapter, you will be able to learn to define the term fraction and explain its meaning. You will be able to learn and define proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed fractions, like fractions and equivalent fractions. You will be able to learn to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction and vice versa. You will be able to represent fractions graphically and compare two or more fractions by changing them into like fractions. In this chapter, you will be able to add and subtract like and unlike fractions and solve situational problems involving addition and subtraction of fractions. Dear students, now let's see the next slide, fraction. What is fraction? A number that compares part of an object or a set with the whole is called a fraction. The fraction 1 upon 3 can represent 1 pencil out of a box of 3 pencils. A fraction can be part of a whole or a part of a collection. Dear students, a fraction comprises two numbers separated by a horizontal line. The number above the horizontal line is called the numerator and the number below the horizontal line is called the denominator of the fraction. Students, as you can see it in the example, 5 upon 9. 5 is the numerator as it is above the line and 9 is the denominator below the horizontal line. Dear students, now let's discuss the next slide, fraction as a part of a whole. As you can see it, there are two pics of a pizza. Now let's see the first point. A fraction is a part of a whole. Imagine a pizza cut into slices. All of the slices together make a whole pizza. Each slice is a fraction of a pizza. Now you can see the next pic. They decide to cut the pizza into two equal parts. Each part is called half of the whole and written as 1 upon 2. This 1 upon 2 part of the whole is a fraction. Dear students, now let's see the next slide, fraction as a part of a collection. A fraction represents parts of a collection, the numerator being the number of parts we have and the denominator being the total number of parts in the collection. Students, as you can see it in the example given below, is a collection of 12 stars and we need to shade 3 by 4 of the collection. So, in order to find 3 by 4 out of the 12 stars, we divide the 12 stars into 4 equal parts. As you can see it over there in the pic itself, each part contains 3 stars. Now let us shade 3 parts out of 4 parts. On counting, we find that the total number of stars shaded is 9. In other words, you can say 3 by 4 of 12 stars equals to 9 stars. Dear students, now let's discuss types of fractions. First, like fractions. Fractions having the same denominators are called like fractions. For example, 1 by 5, 4 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, etc. are like fractions. Next is unlike fractions. What do you mean by unlike fractions? The fractions having different denominators are called unlike fractions. As you can see it in the example, 1 upon 5, 3 upon 7, 9 upon 6, 2 upon 7 are examples of unlike fractions. Next is unit fractions. A fraction having 1 as a numerator is called a unit fraction. As you can see it in the example, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 14, etc. are all unit fractions. Dear students, now let's discuss more types of fractions. Proper fractions. A fraction whose numerator is smaller than its denominator is called a proper fraction. For example, 6 upon 13, 4 upon 15, 17 upon 30, 20 upon 23, etc. are all proper fractions. Next is improper fraction. A fraction in which the numerator is greater than or equal to its denominator is called an improper fraction. For example, 13 upon 6, 15 upon 4, 20 upon 17, 23 upon 20, etc. are all improper fractions. Now let's discuss mixed fraction. A fraction that is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction is called a mixed fraction. All improper fractions can be written in the form of mixed fractions. As you can see it in the example, 2 1 upon 4 is a mixed fraction as 2 is a whole number and 1 upon 4 is a proper fraction. Dear students, we have learnt about the term fraction and its meaning and types of fractions in this session. So, practice it well and we will learn more about this chapter in our next session. All the best. Thank you.